He purchased a life-sized Jackie Chan wax statue.
Okay.
That's a write-off.
Okay.
Because it's a prop.
A prop for what?
He gets to show it in his stream and be like, look, chat, I bought a life-sized wax Jackie Chan statue.
We're about to make some purchases. Welcome to Heartbreak Hotel.
Caitlin O'Neill, I'm honored.
Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Can I introduce you to the people if they don't know who you are?
Please do.
Okay. Eric graduated from Harvard. He worked at Blackstone. You consulted at McKinsey, crazy, to start. Then you go on to work at Meta.
Yes.
For what,
Instagram.
6 years? Instagram.
Around 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
You were a product manager.
That's right.
Okay.
Instagram Live. I helped build that.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Do you go live?
I would go live, but I had no followers or friends. I had like 15 people who followed me. And here's the problem when you work on a live product.
Yeah.
The only way to test it is by actually going live.
Right.
And so people will just be like, oh my God, Eric's going live. And it's just like an orange sitting there on the table.
Oh, is that what you were testing?
I'm just literally testing the product. Yeah. And then I lost followers. So it was not a great.
15 down to,
yeah.
You're doing well now.
Well, better.
Yeah,
better. We're all trying our best out here. It's a weird year. It's weird times.
It's great. I mean, you're very popular in LA. You founded a company called Cait.
I don't know if I'm popular in LA, but
people love you.
I am in LA. That is a factually true statement. Okay. As are you. I'm more surprised our paths have never crossed before.
I know. I am surprised. Many mutuals. We do have so many mutuals. Yeah. I don't be going out these days, but
I don't be going out that much either. We're both dressed very cozy. And we're matching.
Cozy. Yeah, I know. I love that you came in wearing green.
Yeah, it's like, what's that? I sounded like she was a fairy. Huh. It's like, did I get that right?
Yeah, killed it.
That's. I feel like we're in like appropriately forest fairy garb clothes.
We are forest fairy clothes. God.
Yeah.
I love it. Forest fairies.
Is that a fairy like props?
And a fairy handshake.
Beautiful.
See? You can add a sound effect on that one.
I like it.
Okay, you go on to start Cait Financial.
Yes.
Which you're the CEO of.
Co-CEO, co-founder.
Co-founder.
Yeah.
So that's a startup focused on providing financial tools to creators.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it, if you're a creator, you make content, at some point you have to do taxes, credit, banking. We make it easy for you. We build special products customized for you as a creator.
Incredible. What made you want to start that?
I mean, it's two reasons. Yeah. The first is from a business opportunity perspective. I'm at Instagram. I'm seeing all these creators blow up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these are businesses. And they're going to have to figure out business financial problems. If I can do that for them and become the bank for the creator economy, huge business opportunity.
Yeah.
And the second reason, very existential. I mean, Caitlin, I always wanted to be creative. I always wanted to make things, but I'm Asian. So that's why I went into banking, consulting, and tech. I was like, no, you don't get to make things. You got to work. You got to be a good cog in the machine, get some good dollars, make yourself and your parents proud. This is my way of being like, well, I don't know if I ever get to be creative and make stuff. But if I work and support the people who do, that is fulfilling in itself.
Yeah. And now you are creative and you make stuff. You have
in a way,
several podcasts.
Yeah, because I have amazing, cool new friends like you who invite me to, for whatever reason, to come and yap.
Well, you're a great yapper. You have some great stories.
It's funny because when you're a kid, that's bad. But when you grow up, turns out if you just talk long enough, people eventually go, that might be a good thing.
You know, he might have made a good point there.
Yeah. Were you a yapper as a kid?
Actually, no.
You
Not
weren't?
Even a little bit.
Were you a quiet kid?
I was a quiet kid. I had to learn how to yap. But you were a yapper.
Wow. Wait, were you like the quiet, silent, cool person in high school? Like mysterious?
Definitely mysterious. Definitely not cool.
Not, but now you're in LA and you're so popular as well.
I appreciate that. I am in LA. That one's factual.
Is the secret, are all creators just people who weren't popular in high school? Is that why we do this?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
To feel seen and understood? Because I was a huge nerd and loser.
Yeah, right? I love all of my friends in LA. It's great, but they're all theater kids, or me personally, Science Olympiad kids. And
Science Olympiad? Olympiad. You were left brain.
Yeah, I guess so.
You were math and calculus.
I was on the robotics team. Had a great time.
Let's go. What?
You did Science Olympiad?
I mean, as per my birthright, I had to be pretty good at it.
Right.
But I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, and I'm sure the viewers know. But like, okay, like one liner. How do you go from robotics to Heartbreak Hotel?
There's a lot of heartbreak in robotics, believe it or not.
You know, heartbreak will take you there.
Yeah, it will.
I believe it. Life changes.
Loving it. With Cait, you raised over $100 million.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
And speaking of a lot of money, you've extended, is this right, 1.5 billion in credit?
Yes, and credit limits to creators. Our first product, actually, it was a business credit card.
Okay.
And it's because one of our very first clients, Alex Botes, chess streamer, mutual friend of ours. We love her.
Alex, yeah.
Even though she is a star and Stanford graduate and makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
She was rejected for a business credit card multiple times.
Yeah.
Because a normal bank doesn't understand what she does. It doesn't even matter how much she's making if they don't really get it. And so we said, no, I'm going to build a credit card in partnership with Visa where I actually understand and trust in what you're doing. I'm going to extend you credit because that's a real business need.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just love the concept of Cait because I feel like so many financial advisors have nothing to do with social media and don't understand how it works and don't understand what's a write-off and what you can.
Yeah.
So having a very tech-forward person, you're Gen Z?
I'm actually millennial. Are you Gen Z?
I'm Gen Z.
You're Gen Z?
I'm on the cusp.
What year were you? 1996?
I was 2000.
That's not. You were squarely Gen Z. That's such a Gen Z thing to pretend that my soul's old and I belong to another generation.
Well, now there's like this Gen Alpha who's coming in with a 6'7". Who knows what that means?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, but I pretend.
Yeah.
You're 25 years old.
25
That
years old.
is so Gen Z. Get out of here. You were talking about high school. That was like not even that long ago for you.
What? That was 10 years ago.
No, that's 7 years ago. 7. I can tell you were really good at math.
That's why I need a financial advisor.
That's why I switched to podcasting. Yeah. Less math.
Yeah. That's
no, I'm squirrely millennial.
Okay, yeah. I like it. So when you see comments online, for example, on my videos, they always go, "Nice try, Fed. I'm still not paying my taxes." Do you know what that means?
You should pay your taxes.
You should pay your taxes. You heard it here
rule number
first.
1. I know you brought me here for some really expert level financial advice and apparently also relationship tea because we also talk about that on this podcast.
Well, you do both. You have podcasts.
Yeah,
for both,
I do
which I
weirdly.
love.
So I can't wait to do both. But some very important financial advice I'm going to drop right here is you should pay your taxes.
Very serious about that.
Yeah. One of my favorite videos, I have a good friend of mine. His name's Alex Ramosi. He's a business creator. And I remember watching this video. He titled it like how to like save money on taxes. And everyone clicks in because you're like, yeah, like how many like offshore accounts can I set up in the Bahamas and like Saudi Arabia? And you watch it and he actually says all that time you're spending trying to super optimize and do weird shit on taxes, you should just spend the time on growing your business.
That's a great point. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And so pay your taxes. Obviously, there are things you can do to write things off and be smart about it.
Yeah.
But also don't try and be too smart because now you've lost the plot.
You've lost the plot. Very Gen Z of you.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I stay in touch with the people.
Yeah.
They're my clients.
You have to. You get paid too.
That's right.
Okay. Speaking of write-offs.
That's how I make the medium bucks.
I like it. The medium. Perfect. 1.5 billion is a lot.
It's not my money, though.
Not your money.
That's what happens when you raise venture. It is money to turn into more money, ideally by serving a real population with a real need, but not my money.
Not your money.
Yeah.
Okay, so your money write-offs. What are some of the weirdest things you've seen people try to write off?
Well, this is one I think is successful. So another one of her clients is a streamer named Ludwig.
Okay.
Who I love that guy. I've watched him forever. When
Yeah.
we brought him as a client, I was definitely very parasocial about it.
Yeah.
Trying to like stay cool. Stay cool. So he purchased a life-sized Jackie Chan wax statue.
Okay.
That's a write-off.
Okay.
Because it's a prop.
A prop for what?
He gets to show it in his stream and be like, look, chat, I bought a life-sized wax Jackie Chan statue.
We're about to make some purchases.
Yeah, it was over $10,000. So here's the really fun rule, by the way, because people are like, can you write that off? If it's a prop and you're really just using it for content, you absolutely can. And here's the stickler. But if you're buying something for on camera and you're also using it for personal, technically you can't. So what I say is if Ludwig is deriving personal use and satisfaction out of that wax doll, that is not a write-off.
How would they know?
How would they know? That's another great rule about taxes. It is really ultimately about the level of risk you want to take. Is the IRS watching your each and every single move? No. Could you be audited at some point? Potentially. And so you also, again, to my earlier point, the more risk you take, the more you have to sleep at night knowing something bad could happen. And so there's like tried and true things that you should feel very comfortable about. And there's a lot of gray.
Yeah.
And so to your point, you're like, how would they know? They might not know, but they might find out.
That's great. Life size you did that too.
Yeah.
Was the last thing I was expecting to come out of your mouth just then.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I think it's a great purchase.
Great purchase.
Like, for example, these pillows, these beautifully red heartbreak colored pillows.
That is the color of heartbreak.
Do you sleep? Yeah, it's just bleeding red. Do you also sleep on them for personal use?
No, I don't. My cats, though, might get some personal use out of these. Is that a write-off?
I think that if you yourself are using mainly for podcasting purposes as accoutrement, you know the word is accoutrement. Apparently it's pronounced accoutrement.
Accoutrement. I like that a lot.
I don't think it should be pronounced that way. But it is.
I agree, yeah.
If you're not sure, look it up on Google, hit the pronounce button. So all the accoutrement that you have here, this is a prop. You could have written this off. You could just say 23%.
What's the strangest thing you've ever written off?
Gosh, I think for me, what's really fun, whenever you do your own thing, business and personal kind of all mixed together.
Yeah.
Which, number one, is where write-offs come from because you can write things off for business purposes. But number two, for example, my Uber ride over, I put that on the business card.
Done.
Because I'm like, hey, why am I here?
Yeah.
Because I'm excited to make a new friend.
Yeah.
But also, this is content. We're talking about business. This counts.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
But like sometimes you really have to be thoughtful when you're invited to like the 2 a.m. streamer party and you're like, well, they are streamers. They are my clients. It's also 2 a.m. and it's Rager.
Does that make it not business though? Because I do be writing that off.
Well, I go in, if it's for business purposes, I go in, I don't drink. I don't party. I be talking about my business. Like, yeah, that's our version of a business meeting.
Love it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're killing it.
Yeah.
Look at us in this business meeting right now.
Oh, you know, I will say this is probably the only business meeting I ever had in a bed in a faux hotel.
Yeah, you know,
but you know
but
what?
the best one.
When it's the Heartbreak Hotel, you gotta go where the heartbreak is, and that's right here.
It is in the bed.
Yeah.
I love Heartbreak Hotel. So confidence, I feel like, is a recurring theme we talk about on here. We have a lot of young male people watching the show, and especially when it comes to love and dating, it's very hard to be confident and put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And you are an extremely accomplished individual. You've done so much.
When you say that in the context of dating, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Not the shock on your face.
I consider myself wildly unsuccessful because I'm single.
What?
I think the most successful people to speak on relationship advice are the people who are married.
Yeah, that's true. I do love a married couple. They
Yeah.
have the best things to say.
Yeah.
If you are ever seeing anyone, whenever I go on a date, I have a couple married couples that I'll eventually introduce them to, and they can tell me if they like them or not.
Okay, so there's like a few new things. By the way, I've never met Caitlin before, so this is all new news. So number one, you were single.
I am single.
So number two, you go on dates. Number three, you're on the dates and you have married friends planted in the audience of
No.
like,
Once
oh
we
hey,
get-
wow, funny running into you here.
That's a better way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, and then
Maybe
they
I did
like
that way.
grill your prospective date. Like, what's your thoughts? What are your intentions with Caitlin?
That's actually exactly how it goes. But you need
Yeah.
to host a little event at yours. You have to do like a sports watching party and invite all of
Is
your
that what
married
they call it? A
friends.
sports watching party?
Yeah, right?
You come in and yeah,
Sport viewing
we
party. We're
we
gonna
watch
some sport.
sports.
I don't know. You put a game on in the background. The boys can watch it while your
I
married
really love
friends,
this
like-
concept. You're like dating a guy, and you're like, come over to my place for the sports watching party.
Is that not what it's called?
Thursday, 6 p.m. And he's like, cool. Like, what are we gonna watch? Sports.
We're
We're
gonna put some
not
sports
sure
on.
what they are,
Just
but
whatever's
we're gonna
on
go do that sports
television.
watching. By the way, he walks in, and it's just 3 married couples. And they all just look at him and they say, oh, yeah, what are your intentions with Caitlin?
We're giving away all of my secrets. You don't
This
introduce.
also might be why you're still single if we had to diagnose.
See, I'm supposed to be asking the questions and doing the grilling today. And where are we?
No, it's more fun when it's a conversation.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Now they know my secrets.
If you're ever on a date with Caitlin and you see the married couples show, you know she likes you because why would she even take you to that point?
If I don't like someone, they'll never meet my married friends.
I like that. Maybe I should start doing this because to your point, I would consider myself wildly unsuccessful because I am still single.
Right. Do you ever introduce your friends to people that you're starting to see? When do you
Oh,
incorporate that?
100%. Actually, there's this amazingly lovely girl that I dated for a bit. And our first date, so we started with dinner and then we went to like a bar spot. I didn't actually drink, but we kind of, it's good vibes, right?
Yeah.
Nice romantic vibes. And then when she went to the bathroom, I texted my friend. I was like, the date's still going on. It's like 4 hours in. And that's a guy. That's a great sign.
Right.
And he's like, oh, let's go. And he's like, hey, do you want to like bring her by karaoke? He's like, my roommate's having his birthday party. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So
Perfect.
I'm like, I've just met this girl for the first time. I'm like, hey, I'd love to introduce you. You want to go do karaoke?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We go over. It's not even my friend's karaoke party. It's my friend's roommate's birthday karaoke party. It's 2 a.m. We walk and she's meeting my friends. And because it's 2 a.m. and nobody else there knows her, they barely know me. They think she's a KTV girl. Caitlin, do you know what a KTV girl is?
No.
That's a good thing. One, you're very innocent. Two, you're not Asian. These are both good
What's
things.
a KTV
Okay,
girl?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what a KTV girl is.
Okay.
Apparently, in these K-Town karaoke
Right.
places, you can hire like a hostess to make it more fun. She's called a KTV girl.
Wait, that sounds like a fun job.
It's like a paid model and personality.
Wait, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like a bar girl. A bottle girl?
Yeah, actually, it's very much like a bottle girl.
Right?
So I enter
Yeah.
and there's a bottle girl who's already there, KTV girl number one, and she turns to the girl that I brought on my first date and she goes, oh, are you also with the company? Like, are you also a bottle girl? Like, oh, not the best start.
At least she's hot, right?
I suppose.
Yeah. I feel like that's a
guess.
compliment. If someone
guess-
thought I was a bottle girl, I'd be like, oh my God, you think I'm cool?
It's
You
true.
think I'm pretty?
That's true. I guess if you walk in and the bottle girl doesn't turn to you and says, are you a bottle girl? Clearly, she didn't think you hit bottle girl level standards.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe it was, but yeah, that was the time where I was dating somebody, and this sounds really degenerate, but it's not. It was very wholesome, right? And I had other friends, and they spoke with her, and we dated for a year, and it was a great relationship and very
Amazing.
amicable, and
Yeah.
she's very sweet. So, but
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so I'm a big believer. If the vibe is right, why not meet friends early?
Yeah. Okay. I like
Yeah.
that. I'm
Yeah.
a big supporter of that.
I love how you introduce them to married friends, and I introduce them to an environment where they're like, "Are you the other bottle girl?"
Both are equally as good because you have
Yeah.
to see how they handle the situation.
Studies have actually shown that apparently the way emotions work, we feel some stimulus and our emotions go, whoa, what's happening? We look around to try and figure out the cause, and we can get confused with the causes. So if you are ever taking somebody on a first date skydiving,
This is called misattribution theory.
wow, I think she just mocked me.
I love
thought
it.
I
We both
was-
tell the
I
people
thought
this is my favorite thing to
I
talk
was
about.
sharing an interesting factoid, and she's like, let me properly tell you what's going on over here.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Wait, let me try and mock her back. It's been years since I've studied this. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it comes from the Schwann two-factor theory of feelings, where people used to think a feeling's a feeling, and then people were like, no. Feelings are also influenced by the factor of your brain trying to look in the environment and figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember. Matthew, editor, please check and put on the bottom. Did I get it right? I think it's called the Schwann or Schachter two-factor model of emotions. But
Thank
yes,
you, Matt.
you should take your date skydiving because the terror they feel, they will misattribute as, wow, she's really hot.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
How did that go? Skydiving.
I've never done it. Because, I want to make sure when I meet the right girl, I am correctly attributing my emotions.
Right.
And I know that I like her for her and not because I'm actually scared shitless and I've confused myself.
Yeah. All right. That's
Yeah.
fair. So you don't think that you would be able to tell, even if you're doing it to yourself?
Well, just because you know the little accidents your brain makes doesn't mean you're going to avoid them.
That's true.
It's just the more you know, and maybe you can point out when other people do it, but you'll still probably make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Looping back to confidence very
Sure.
quickly. You obviously, again, have done so much, spoken to so many people. Do you have any tools or pieces of advice that help you stay confident when you're pitching investors or have a big opportunity or going on a date? What do you do to stay cool under pressure?
I love that question because you shared before we started filming that you are a trained yapper. You are not a natural yapper. You had to learn. It's actually similarly for myself.
Okay. Tell me
And
more.
for me, I realized that I feel more anxiety and emotion than your average bear. something in me is just very sensitive, and I always just feel more scared and anxious than anybody else. But going back to our point on the misattribution of emotion and arousal, why not take that fear and anxiety and relabel it as excitement? So every time I'm meeting somebody new, even yourself, I'm like, I've never met you before. Like, I don't know your vibes, who you are. Like, this is, you know, potentially the start of a great friendship. This also potentially is like, hey, come over to my podcast. It's in my bedroom. You walk in. There's just 10 cameras here. Like, anything could happen. We don't know.
I do.
Am I nervous?
Feel so bad for people sometimes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I didn't
like
expect
walking into
we were gonna shoot in a bedroom, and also you have like 5 cats running around. I'm like, by the way, I'm allergic.
Yeah, so sorry.
So no, it's totally fine. You be you. So I'm trying to say is, do I feel nervous? Absolutely. But why not label that as I get to meet somebody new today?
Yeah.
And I think that's how, whenever you have to talk to somebody that you haven't talked with before, it is natural to let yourself feel what you feel, but to reorient that as this potentially could be somebody who changes your life, hopefully in a good way.
Yeah. Hopefully in a good way.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
can
you've
only
had
hope.
bad experiences.
Yeah, mostly hopefully good, it turns out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or they could be character development. If you look at it that way, either way, it's a plus for you.
How long have you lived in LA?
About 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, enough for character development.
For sure. It happens very quickly around here.
Yeah.
It's good. Very positive.
Well, I have to ask. I know you're the one with the questions, but can I ask, what was character development for you in LA?
I actually feel the same way when it comes to meeting new people.
Yeah.
I get so anxious, and especially when you're around so many people.
Were you anxious about meeting me today?
Absolutely. I think to a degree, I think that it gets better the more I do the podcast. It gets easier to meet new people. And I'm sure the same is for you when you're having meetings.
Yeah, I mean, after all, what is a conversation but a podcast without cameras and microphones?
Yeah, right.
It's like you're doing hard mode.
It's true. We're out here. Okay, have you ever struggled? This is something else that you've spoken about getting better with over time. So I did want to ask, have you struggled with imposter syndrome? And how have you gotten over that?
Yeah, totally. Because I think the way my brain is wired is I'm always trying to do more. I'm always trying to be more. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm surrounded by people who are amazing in every single thing.
Yeah.
So I have friends who are amazingly successful content creators. I have friends who are tremendously successful founders and entrepreneurs. Most of my friends are taller than I am. They're all extremely good looking. I really love going out to parties and seeing like 5,000 women go hit on them. So I would say in pretty much every area of my life, it's not even like, oh, wow, here's like a rando person I don't know. Let me read their Wikipedia entry. Why aren't I like them? I'm like, I have good friends who like superbly exceed my capabilities in pretty much everything. So in a way, I'm the worst at everything compared to the people I'm around.
Well, that can't be true.
I can find a friend who is better than I am in everything that I do and am.
Okay, but does that... It doesn't make them better at you in everything. There are some things that you're the best at.
There's nothing I'm the best at. Better
than your friends.
Well, I know we're going to try and wrap this into a positive message for our viewers. So there's 2 points to be made here.
He knows how to podcast, guys.
One is, well, look, maybe, however, while everybody's better than I am in everything, the cumulative set of what I can do can be unique in its own right,
Absolutely.
right? Being across different worlds, maybe the founders make more successful companies than I am, but they don't understand content as well. Maybe the creators understand content better, but they don't understand the business piece as well. Maybe I can be in the intersection and build a niche there is the first point I would say. The second is, well, of course, the truly healthy thing is to accept that our validation worth as human beings is not based off of comparing ourselves to others because we're looking at their highs. And if we compare the averages of our lives to their highs, we will perennially feel behind, which not only is one, an incredibly shitty way to live, two, ironically, will actually get in the way of you trying to hit the success that you want to hit anyways. But yeah, none of that changes the fact that everybody's better than I am at everything.
It sounds like you have some great friends, though.
I have such good friends.
Yeah.
I love them to bits and pieces.
In Los Angeles, I feel like you find so many creative people who are so good at what they do. And it's so inspirational, too, to have people around you like that.
Yeah, you as well. This is really cool. I mean, you told me you went from quiet robotics person to now we're shooting a podcast with 7 cameras around in your bedroom.
We are 7. Well, we only have 5 so far. We're working on it.
5 that I see.
That's crazy.
Also, we'll probably need to zoom out a little because you be tall.
I'd be tall.
No, it's great. Great.
Well,
Good in life.
Right now. How tall are you?
I am
You're
5.
taller than me.
Am I taller than
I
you?
think so.
I wasn't actually tracking when I walked in. How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay.
5'6", 5'7".
I'm a little taller than that.
How tall are you?
Like 5'8", 5'9".
Okay,
On a
you
good
are
day.
taller than me.
If I'm standing up straight, wearing the right shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
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 How tall are you really?
I think 5'8".
Have you ever lied about your height?
Actually, this is a whole thing. Are we recording right now?
Well, no, but
I'm fine if you want to talk about it on the
no,
pod.
we could include it if
I
we
mean,
want to.
sure, we can. I don't mind everything I say.
Okay.
Subject to approval. So I have a very good friend by the name of Chloe Shi. They do I call it a yapping style podcast.
I love that
And-
podcast, by the way. It's on YouTube. What's it called?
JOMO. It's called The Joy of Missing Out.
Gemma.
Yeah, it's because the two of us used to work corporate. We decided to do creative things. We're missing out. Yay, but we're happy about it, hence joy.
Right.
So her advice on dating apps was lie about your height. And so she wanted me to put down that I'm like 5'10". Caitlin, that's just a lie.
Yeah, why would she say that?
Because according to her, women filter you off of height. You don't even make the cutoff.
Right.
To be clear, I refused because number one, not honest. Number two, they're going to meet you at some point.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Right.
Yeah. So I did not lie. However, I am slightly taller in shoes than I am without shoes. The question, do you put your shoe height or do you put your not shoe height? So
Why do you have to put any height?
it's on Hinge. You have to put your height.
you do?
You're required.
Oh, no way. It's
See,
always public?
To be an attractive woman means they come to you. You don't need to worry about dating apps, but the men know we have to fight. And yes, the dating apps all ask for our height, every single one.
Really? I didn't know that. I don't
Well,
use them.
that naivety is a blessing and privilege in itself. So I put down my wearing shoes height, which is 5'9",
Right.
and I matched with a girl who also has put down 5'9", and I was like, ooh, I better be taller than she is. And it turned out she'd slightly rounded up, and so, dear reader, I'm very happy it worked out. The heights. I've dated girls who are taller than I am too.
I was
think
about
that's
to
fine.
ask.
Totally. If anything, I think I've dated tall girls and they're like, is it okay if I wear my heels and I'm even taller than you? And I'm like, absolutely. If anything, it's just a flex. You go, you do you, queen.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily looking for someone who's shorter than you.
I've also dated a girl who's 4'11".
That's so small. That's so crazy.
I dated her after dating the 5'10" girl. So there's
Big difference.
There's like a big proportions difference.
Right.
I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter what the height is.
Yeah.
What matters is the person.
Aw, that's good. Great message.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you. It's a little high now.
on that note,
It's a little.
it's like actually I've learned the best way to have the microphone is you want to point at your forehead so you can hear your inner thoughts.
Oh, that's good.
And it's the new podcasting meta.
We do have a real
You
podcasting
you
pro
speak
here.
from the heart and mind, and you just telepathically beam. And if you do it loud enough, the microphones actually pick it up.
And how have those episodes gone for you?
Honestly, so far I have not posted any of them because you also,
You
it
can't
turns
really
out
filter it up
turns
there,
out
can you?
my brain's too empty to actually hear too much. But I think with
Wow.
the right guest,
With the right guest, you're
Yeah.
thinking all kinds of things.
yeah, somebody who is a podcast host herself, used to study robotics, so she's smart, has learned how to talk, has been in life for a few years, great at meeting people, clearly successful
Appreciate
enough
it.
that she's never had to share height in a
Why is
dating
he
app.
hyping me up like this?
I feel like her head would have lots of thoughts that are worth sharing.
I also feel like this went down. Do we? I feel like
It
this
also
is
fell.
lower.
It definitely fell back down.
I feel like this is lower than when we started.
Here, we got there.
We got there, guys.
This is a professional podcast. Actually, these are because you care about the audio. You want to make sure you can hear yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen you with these mics many a times. You do a lot of podcasts.
It's because I have a lot of feelings I need to share.
A lot of feelings to share.
Yeah,
What's
totally.
the number one
Go
feeling
somewhere.
you've been sharing lately?
I just feel like I'm in my flop era,
What?
Kaylin.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I feel like, as I said, I think my company should be growing more. I feel like my podcast should be doing better. I feel like I should be taller and more in shape. I think it's just because I feel insecure and I want to be better. And like I said before, all my friends are so amazing and they're just better at me than I am in everything.
Do you find that insecurities drive you to be more ambitious, or
I think so. But that's like the classic question.
Right.
Is ambition and insecurity inextricably tangled together. Must one feel the prickle of, am I falling behind to want to push forward? Like, can you truly achieve if you were just content and happy? I actually think the answer is yes, because I've met people who are there.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I think if you operate from a place of abundance and you just feel great about life, funnily enough, you might actually be even more empowered to do great things. You don't need to be miserable in order to create and do well. But I haven't quite figured out yet perfectly how to reach there myself. What about yourself? Are you there? Are you content?
I think it depends on the month. I think life goes up and down, and it always will. And I think either way, you can have something that motivates you to do better.
What about right now? Are you content this month?
I'm content.
That's great.
I'm content.
We love that.
What helps you feel content?
I think two things, one of which is a healthier answer than the other.
I want to hear both.
I'll start with the unhealthier answer.
Perfect.
Is when I feel like I'm doing well, right? Okay. Like I feel like the company's growing, or the podcasts are hitting, right? External markers of success. That's the unhealthy. I'm like, yeah, I don't lie. I definitely feel a little sparkle of things. Of course,
and it's hard not to.
Yeah, precisely. I think the second, which is a little bit healthier, is just when you just get to spend time with friends who you feel like appreciate you for who you are. That's always helpful and good as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think that's why I'm feeling so content. I just went back to visit my family. Shout out to my
I thought she was gonna be like, 'cause I'm having a great podcast with a great new friend. But
I'm having a great episode. I just know my new best friend for life. You actually cut me off though.
When I have to ask for it, it's not the same.
What?
But I'm glad you're feeling content.
Thank you. Having a great time, and I'm loving your podcast.
Thank you.
I hear that you're filming season 2.
We're filming season 2 of The Joy of Missing Out.
Right.
We are doing it in our spare time because we both have other things. We actually just filmed last Sunday 2 episodes in a row. And what I found is usually when we film 2 episodes in a row, one is just us, and the second is with a guest. Right. We filmed 2 in a row, it's just us. I actually really struggled on the second one to keep coming up with things to talk about, because I was like, I already caught up with you. And she is so good. She is such a professional. She has so many stories. And I'm just like, I've run out of new things to share, but I am here and I am trying.
I'm present. I love the questions that you ask your guests. I feel like you're even doing it on this podcast.
Yeah, because I want to get to know you better.
Yeah, definitely. But you ask very targeted, very informative questions.
Yes.
I really
truly, because I just want to get to know you better. You're a cool person. If you were boring, I probably wouldn't care.
Okay, so if you're ever hanging out with him and he's not asking you questions, he thinks you're boring. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, non-ironically. Yeah.
Yeah. When you go on dates, do you make it a priority to ask questions?
Well, that's why before I go on the date, right, I always do a phone call with them first.
I'm about to ask you about that. You already know.
Yeah, because this way, before both of you have invested the energy to meet IRL, which gosh, in this economy, so much emotional work, so much expenditure. You get to sense of is this a good conversation? I think it's actually something very intimate when all you can hear is each other's voice. You can't even see each other. I like to take my phone calls just lying on the couch or in bed in a position of recline or repose. I just put the phone right here and I'm just immersed in the conversation.
That sounds lovely.
And the conversation's great. I'm having a great time. The conversation's shit. Then why would I ever want to meet you?
I do. I like the way that you do it. We'll jump into dating as a CEO from there. You meet girls online on dating apps generally?
Would you just say it like that?
That's not a bad thing. I feel like that's how most people meet.
When I'm trying to date, yes, I will do the apps.
Yeah. And what made you want to start calling people that you meet on apps first?
Because sometimes you meet with them and you're like, wow, this is terrible. I never want to do this again.
That's happened to you?
Yes.
Oh no.
Have you only been on great dates?
I haven't been dating much lately.
Why not? I also haven't been dating.
Yeah. I feel like I was going to ask you about that. Do you feel like ambition kills emotion at all when you're working on companies and building things?
I think the framing the kids say these days is we're in the great lock-in of 2025 as we enter the last
I haven't heard that yet, but I love that.
Enter the last 3 months of the year. And I've not been dating because I feel locked in.
I also feel locked in.
So you're locked in as well. What are you locked in on?
I'm locked in on the pod, building a studio. It's going to be really cute in here coming up.
I love it. Well, I already think it's very cute.
Thank you so much. We're working on it. Shout out to Topher for the lights. Yeah. What about you? What are you locked in on? I'm also locked in. So,
I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also locked in. So, I'm also lo my company Carrot, we launched Carrot Business Banking. So it's like a business bank account, but if you're a creator, it gives you cool perks.
Awesome.
Like it gives you a billboard. We just launched this new promo. Whatever you make on AdSense till the end of the year, I'll give you 10% of that as a sign-on bonus if you connect my bank account to your AdSense.
Oh, interesting.
See, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I want to help people learn about it, explain it, build out this program. So I'm super locked in from a business POV. And then from a podcast POV, so I did lie earlier. So I told you I have the business podcast where I've interviewed lots of really cool people.
Yeah.
I have the Jomo podcast where I yap with my friend Chloe.
Of course.
I'm actually launching a third podcast with a bunch of my guy friends.
A guy podcast. Okay.
It's a guy podcast because we have the business podcast.
Right.
We have Chloe podcast. Chloe's a girl.
Chloe's great.
She's great. She's the best. I want to have a podcast with the guys.
What are the guys going to talk about?
And we're going to talk about friendships and relationships, but in a healthy, non-incel way.
I like that. You do seem to have very healthy male friendships.
Yeah, they're great. I love those guys. And so we just filmed a really, really fun episode where one of my guy friends on the podcast, we brought on his ex-fiance. And it's Can Exes Be Friends? And it's the first time they've actually sat together and been on camera for 4 or 5 years. Wow. And you know what? It was such an amazing experience. Both of them said afterwards to us, like, wow, thank you so much for hosting this. They said this was really lovely.
What kinds of questions did you ask?
Well, the first one, of course, I got to ask, why did you break up?
Naturally. Can't wait for that.
It's like, why didn't it work?
When's it coming out?
It's coming out in a month or so. Okay. And it's the two guests. One is named Edison Park, who used to be the chief operating officer of Offline TV, a group of streamers in LA.
Awesome.
And his ex-fiance is a streamer known as Fusli, who is one of the top 5 biggest female Twitch streamers in the entire world, is a member of 100 Thieves. And so everybody's seen so much of them getting together online. He proposed to her on stream.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, but then they ended it. And people haven't seen the dissolution of it. And so we got to talk through that. And yeah, I mean, it starts with like, why do you think it didn't work? Right? Somebody you've loved so much that you've decided is not the one.
That's big. That sounds like a good episode.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm locked in on getting the podcast out as well.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see it.
Thank you. I can't wait to see this one.
This is going to be a good episode. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to
be a great episode.
Good team.
And you know why it's going to be a great episode?
Why?
Because you and I, we're great.
We are great.
Doesn't matter about the views. It's about the craft.
I like that. Internal validation.
Yes. We're trying.
We're doing our best out here.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to Carrot really quickly.
I love how this whole interview is her being like, so I have these things I like to talk about. And I'm like, cool, but what if we talked about this?
I know. I love the way that you're bringing us everywhere.
We're going back on track. You're a great train conductor. Back on the tracks.
Back on the tracks.
So about Carrot.
About Carrot.
Yes.
Okay. So you've basically made finance accessible to creators and people who might not know that much about finance and money management and everything. That's right. So to ask you some practical questions for people who may not know much about money management, what's the biggest mistake that you see people make when they start making a lot of money for the first time?
So funnily enough, I think the mistake they make is manifested in 2 different ways.
Okay.
And what I mean is, say you start making a lot of money, whereas previously you didn't.
Right.
Ideally, what you should do is operate on a mentality of smart abundance mentality. What I mean by that is, hey, you're making money. You are no longer in danger of scarcity and not having money and being out on the streets. So you should feel comfortable taking larger bets for your business that have potential of upside. But you need to be smart on it. Because when I say you need to be taking larger bets, that's things that could actually pay off as investments in the business in yourself, not like, let me go buy something pointless. So what I see people do is they will either continue in a mentality of complete scarcity and still operate the same way that they always have, even though they've suddenly hit a level of success. You always need to level up and grow. Yeah. You can't operate off of, oh my God, everything's not going to work. You now get to play in a world where things have, but to keep doing so, you have to make risks. So either they just like won't spend or do anything, or they'll just blow it on stupid shit, right? That's why I say you need to have an abundance mentality, but you need to be smart about it.
Is that something that Carrot helps with?
Yeah, I think in order to operate a smart abundance mentality, you first need to even know what are your finances?
Right.
And you can't know your finances if you're not tracking them. So Carrot helps right off the bat. You can see with business banking, if you're a creator, here's how much I'm making, and be responsible on, if I'm making this much, I'm spending this much, here's how much buffer I have to play with to make smart abundance mentality bets.
Where do you suggest that someone who has never tracked their finances at all start in doing that?
So I think the very beginning is actually very basic. You can do it yourself. You should just be looking at your bank account statements.
Okay.
And
every month?
Every month, just seeing how much I make, how much I spend, what I'm spending on, like what are the biggest different drivers. As you grow and develop into your own business, for example, as a creator, I would say the next step, it is to get a business bank account, which is what my company Cait offers, because you have to start separating out personal and business, not only from a legal perspective. Even if you have an LLC, if you don't separate out your finances, they can still sue you personally for stuff that happened to your business. People don't realize that.
Who's they?
If that's always a great question. Whenever I hear people say they, it's like, who is they? The enemy. Your haters. Here's another Gen Z term. Your ops.
The ops. Got it.
Yeah. But
the ops is the new they.
Yes. But so, as you know, for example, if you were to bring a guest onto your podcast and a lamp fell on their head and you caused them severe trauma and they're not cool like I am and they hate you.
So you won't be suing me for any falling lamps?
No, I won't, because you're just too nice.
Write that down.
But they're not, and they sue you. And if you don't have an LLC set up, they can go after your personal assets beyond your business entity.
Okay.
And even if you have an LLC set up, you still also have to separate out your finances to really legally protect yourself. And with a business bank account, you can now track what you're spending, because that's how you get write-offs. You can write off things that were purchased for your business, but you can't do that if it's all jumbled together.
You would have to go through at the end of the year and do it manually.
Oh, which, like, let's be real, you're not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you're way too busy. You're way too busy podcasting.
I'm out there.
Yeah. Can I ask, do you know how much you're making and spending in a month?
No, I don't.
See, it's hard.
I do know roughly how much I'm making. I feel like the spending changes every month, and I should be a little more on top of keeping track of that.
That shit is scary. Nobody wants to go through and do it. And so it's better to, instead of like you calculating it, just have a product that does it for you. Business banking keeps track of it.
Perfect. I was actually about to ask, are there any tools that you have to make it easier?
Yeah, we actually, AI. Everybody's scared of AI because it's taking creatives' jobs. I always say AI shouldn't be making content for me. AI should be doing the boring shit for me, like taxes. Right. We actually have AI-powered bookkeeping with our business bank account. So if you put money there, it automatically starts to track, here are your different expenses. Here's what we think they are. I think that makes life a lot easier.
Okay, I love that. That's a great tool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And then one more practical question. What is one piece of tax advice that you would give to everyone in their 20s?
So I'm going to orient this advice specifically if you are making income outside your W-2.
Okay.
Because if you're just a W-2 employee, like you're working corporate, like I was for years, your taxes in some ways are much simpler, right? It's more just about like maxing out like health benefits and retirement plans. That depends on your employer. But when you're doing your own thing, it's kind of like the Wild West, right?
That's scary.
Yeah. And I think the number one thing, there's so many write-offs when you're self-employed that you're eligible for, you probably don't know. I think a great one. For example, we are filming in a bedroom of your place.
Yes, we are.
You can now write off the percentage of your rent that this bedroom is square space and where you live.
Love that. And I will be doing that.
Yeah. It's called the home office deduction. It's like if you work where you live, you can write off a portion of your rent, right? If, to our earlier point, you're buying props like these pillows, you can write that off as well. If you have a car and part of what you're using for is business purposes, you can write off a percentage of the monthly car costs on that, like maintenance or gasoline or anything like that. So I say the number one thing is you're self-employed and you're a creator. There's so many things you could be writing off, saving money on that you probably don't know.
I like it. And you can find those on Cait? ?
Yes. The easiest way is follow Cait on Instagram. It's just try Cait, TRYKARAT. Or I don't know, you can just like DM me questions. I'll answer them too. I do in my spare time.
Do you answer your DMs?
Yeah, I do.
I love that.
Do you not answer yours?
It's scary in there.
I just followed her on Instagram on the Uber ride over. I'm going to shoot her a DM and we're going to see if she responds.
I do respond sometimes. If someone sends me something nice, I will respond. But oftentimes it's not.
Well, you got a lot of followers.
I do. They have some crazy stories. They do ask for dating advice a lot.
Wow.
And they all get themselves.
I'm really curious what you're going to think. This is like a money and love podcast, really. Two big things important in all our lives. But have we had many pods that combine both of them? I don't know.
They're huge. And we're actually about to combine them. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Hang on one second.
All good.
All right. Let's get into dating as a CEO.
Yeah.
What is, and this is something we covered a little bit, what is the emotional cost of ambition, do you feel, if any?
I think ambition implies something that you want to do. And I think a good place where it comes from is when it's driven by passion for the craft. There's something you want to do for its own sake that once you've achieved it, you feel satisfied and happy. I think the dark side of ambition is when it's driven on expecting the external validation coming from others. And that's really hard because you can't quite control this thing that you're doing. Will it actually be received the way you want it to be received? And also because that is a fleeting type of happiness where even if you do achieve and feel it for a few moments, it only lasts until you realize what more you have to keep doing because it will never be enough. I think where that relates to dating is you need to find somebody for whom to each other you are enough inherently. And I think for ambitious people, that is somewhat of a foreign concept that I am enough as is without needing to achieve XYZ milestone, that if I hit it, it doesn't mean you love me more. And if I fail to hit it, that doesn't mean you love me less. I think that's a very scary and vulnerable place for ambitious people to accept that what if I have to find someone that I can just love and they love me, and that is just the default state, that we all just deserve love unconditionally to some degree.
I like that. I like the way that you put it. Do you think that ambitious people and entrepreneurs struggle with finding someone who they feel happy with and content with without changing or hitting certain milestones? Yeah,
I think so, right? Because it always comes down to, if you are an ambitious person, where does that ambition come from? Okay. If it's not coming from the passion, then it's probably coming from something is off about you.
Yeah.
Maybe how you were raised or how you think or how you feel that you need more. And I think if you're somebody who always needs more, dating is hard, not necessarily because the other person's lacking, but because you yourself are lacking in your ability to feel satisfied and content with your choices.
Do you think it's important to talk about money early on in a relationship?
Yeah, totally. Because I've dated people for whom it's extremely important that we split everything. I've dated people who were like, actually, you need to cover everything. And I actually don't think there is a right or wrong answer.
Okay.
The answer is whatever that each of you understand and agree on. And I think, right, the classics, why do people break up? It's often incompatibilities on major issues like religion or compatibility or family or lifestyle. Yeah, one of the really big ones is money. And if you don't talk about that early on and you're not on the same page, how is that going to work?
When do you think is the right time to bring up that conversation?
I think there's two answers. The first answer is when you feel there are points coming up about money that you're not sure you two agree on. Either you're like, how should we split this thing? Or how do we cover this? And I'm not sure the answer is aligned with mine. That feels like an important point at which you should be like, okay, let's talk about this. Like, honey, let's go. I love you, but it's important we're on the same page. That's why I want to invest in the relationship and talk about money. I think it's the first time. The second time is like, well, maybe you never have these issues because you're just intuitively on the same page from the very, very start. I still think it's pretty important to probably around people say the honeymoon period ends around after 3 months, right?
Do you find that to be true?
I think so. I think it takes at least 3 months to even get a sense what is this person like? It's so easy to be razzled and dazzled upon the first 15 meetings and appearances. But after 3 months, we're off. I think that's also a very natural point to start to get into the nitty gritty. There's a saying, right? It's like with any prospective partner, what are the things that you want to do? You want to have gotten in a fight together, to have been sick together, to hopefully had physical intimacy together.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. It's like that's important to like have gone on a trip together, right? Like these are sorts of turning points to figure out like are we actually compatible beyond just the infatuation phase?
Right. I like it. And an important one is money there. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that about like before you get married. I didn't realize that 3 months, what was it, 90 days?
I think it's 3 months. I think that's generally considered to be the infatuation period. Yeah.
All right. As a highly driven individual, what are some traits that you look for in partners?
Okay. I promise to answer this, but then you have to answer as well.
Done.
That was very fast. All right. So, well, the common framing here is not even as a highly driven individual, which I'm like, thank you for the riz, but just as an individual, just as a human.
Yeah.
I would say, obviously, I would love somebody who is pretty, smart, and nice.
In that order?
Not necessarily in that order. These are 3 equally important traits.
Yeah,
as opposed to dumb, ugly, and mean.
You know what? Those are great traits. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say those 3 are really important. Smart, pretty, nice. See, I switched the order because that order is independent, agnostic. They're all important.
All important.
Right? I think though that's like what we call table stakes, right? Like you gotta have that. If not,
absolutely.
like why are you even interested? I think beyond that is an ability to communicate and fight well.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard there's a relationship psychologist or therapist by the name of John Gottman.
My man.
I love it. Of course, you know, if you knew about misattribution or emotional feeling and arousal, like, did you study neuropsychology?
My sister is a neuroscientist.
You're like, of course, just through her, just through osmosis and diffusion, I've learned. So, for as you know, Gottman did a study where he took couples and within like 15 minutes of observing them, I think it was like work together on a task in his lab. He would know like 10 years later or something, would they still be together? And he figured out through the couples that broke apart, like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse was what we called them. So if you display these 4 traits, you're not communicating well. Let's see if Eric remembers all 4. Stonewalling, defensiveness, criticism, and contempt.
Wow. You knew you remembered that. That was good.
I really wasn't sure until I said them.
Incredible.
Also, if you clip this, it looks
fast.
like I'm like, here are 4 terrible things. Yay. Yeah, but if you think about cases where you're not communicating well, often one of these things is going on. A really common pattern is someone criticizes you, another person gets defensive, or they stonewall, and eventually develops into mutual disdain and contempt. And contempt is like the number 1 poison that destroys a relationship, when you can't look at the person that you're talking with and say, I respect you as a person. I may not agree. I might think your takes about money or religion or friendship are like frankly unhinged, but I respect in good faith your intentions and where you're coming from. If you lose that, that's when that person becomes your enemy.
Okay.
So I think communication and emotional awareness is really, really important as well.
I like that.
What about yourself?
Things that I look for in people. I feel like I just look for someone intelligent, the same sense of humor.
Oh, so I didn't say that. You're right. So smart and funny.
Smart and funny.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some good ones. And I think just people who are very driven and want to know more about the world.
So
that's
smart,
my favorite kind of person.
funny, driven. Wow.
And curious.
If you are a viewer and you are all 4 of those things, smart, funny, driven, curious, shoot her DM. There's a 50% chance you might see it, a 50% chance you might respond. Play those odds.
There's a very small chance.
Very small chance.
But there's a chance, for sure. Let's check my DMs after this.
Love or, 3-month temporary infatuation, it finds a way.
It finds a way. Have you ever started dating from the DMs?
No, because for my work, it's actually very important. So whenever somebody follows me, right, who's like a creator, I will always, if I see it, I will always DM back, because for my purposes, that's my business, right? I'm like, hey, I'm interested, maybe potentially interested in doing a podcast or working with Cait and so on. And I realized early on that I have to be very professional and particular in how I DM, because otherwise they think it's something else. I did have a creator early on that I was DMing back and forth. We're having a conversation. And I was just like, oh, I'm interested in getting to know you better. And then she's like, oh, I'm actually going to be in LA. Can I visit? And I was like, sure. And then she came and visited. And it was like very unclear there were other intentions there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was like,
Unwelcome
no.
intentions.
What was that?
Unwelcome intentions?
Well, I had a girlfriend.
Oh, no.
And plus I would never cross boundaries with
Yeah.
someone I literally don't even know in the first place. My girlfriend was like there.
Yeah.
Like she walked by.
Did she know?
Yeah, she knew. I was very open and transparent. I was like, oh, hey.
No,
like,
did the other girl know that you had a girl?
oh yeah, she knew because I post stories with my girlfriends. I'm not like, I'm very public about these things, right? When I'm dating somebody, and she saw and she responded to the story. She's like, "Is that your girlfriend?" And it's like, "Yes."
So she knew.
And she's like, "Darn." And so I told her, "Yeah, I'm happy to meet as a friend."
Yeah.
So she knew, but I think so now I'm very careful when I DM people. Whenever I DM a female creator, I'm always like, hello, this is Eric. Like, great to meet you, insert name. I see we have many mutual friends. I help run a company called Cait that helps creators with their finances. What sparked your interest? Send. And sometimes people are like, are you a bot? And I'm like, no, but
I'm just professional.
it's actually easier with guy creators because then I can be like, yo, my dude, like, what up? Like, hey, man, I loved your thing, because it's like very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about yourself? Have you dated somebody from them sliding into your DMs?
Oh, absolutely. Almost exclusively.
What?
What?
All the viewers out there are thinking I have a chance.
Yeah, they do. They've all come from the DMs.
Sounds like they have like a pretty high chance. You said almost exclusively from people sliding into your DMs.
Almost exclusively, yes. Love a DM.
That is unhinged. That is crazy.
Unhinged for why? That's
you don't
the best
know
way to
these
do
people.
it. Yeah, but you get to know them.
So
Do
you're
a little
just
phone call?
You're just looking off of their one-liner pickup lines.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I do love a pickup line.
What's the best? Do you remember some of your favorite pickup lines you've gotten? Which ones were successful?
Successful. What's your ring size? That was a good one. That's a basic one.
That is a crazy. All right, what I'm hearing, Caitlin really wants the guy who's just really down bad for her.
Yeah,
The guy
absolutely.
who's just very opening line. Cool. When are we getting married? What are our kids' names? Like, we're just going in hard.
Are you kidding? That's the ideal.
Well, okay, now we know. You know what tickles your funny bone is deep commitment.
Deep commitment from
Wow.
day one.
Wow. From, you want them to be ready even if you're not.
Exactly. No, I think that when you have a conversation with someone, it kind of becomes clear.
Yeah, over
they're
DMs,
just-
which is not,
who we're
which is
laughing
not,
back there.
not, yeah, our producers laughing. Like a conversation over DMs is not even a real conversation.
Yeah, but then you call and you get to know them a little bit.
So you do the
Or
call
go
as
on a
well.
date. Yeah.
So you also do the phone call.
Go on a date. Sometimes it's not fun, but at least you did it.
See,
have a
for
good
you
time.
also, I suspect it's different because you're a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and so people are sliding to your DMs to ask you, and so you can pick and choose on how to engage.
Yes.
I think as a guy, I've never slid into somebody's DMs.
You've never?
Never. Everybody I've dated has either been from the dating apps where intentions
Okay.
are very clear,
Yeah.
or like a couple people like real life mutuals or like knew them a bit already.
Okay, so if you meet a girl out
Yeah.
and she asks you for your Instagram,
Yeah.
are you...
Because that's what everybody in LA does. That means
Right.
literally nothing. They might not even like me.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm asking someone for their Instagram if I'm not... I don't know.
That's just the LA handshake.
It is
Hey,
a
it
little
was
bit.
great spending 15 minutes with you, real life person. Let's network with each other for future professional opportunities. It's like LinkedIn, but for Gen Z. What's your Instagram? Let me give you I don't even know if they like me.
That's a great pitch, and we're clipping that for sure. That's true. What are some similarities between professional relationships and romantic relationships?
I mean, in both of them, I'm just a human being trying to get to know another human being.
Mm-hmm.
And in both of them, there are intentions, but we don't know if those intentions will bear out.
Yeah.
And so it's about going in with an intention, but also releasing that intention and just appreciating it for what it is. And so now, every time I'm on a business call and we have a clear potential goal, I'll start off by saying, hey, Caitlin, it's so great to meet you. Excited to explore how we could work together in XYZ, but also excited because I just want to build the relationship. I think that changes the framing where you're saying, even if the intention doesn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
it is still worth it for you and me to get to know each other. Now, I wonder, I've never tried that in a date. And I'll be like, hi there.
I don't think that's a good one for a date.
So get to explore the potential romantic chemistry here. But either way, thanks for making it. I haven't tried that on a date. So
Matter of fact, don't.
Yeah, maybe don't. I think the framing's different. But I think the mentality about, like, even if the date doesn't work out, you can still be friends. I've become friendly with some of the people I took out on a first date. Nothing happened.
But
That's
have
fine.
you become friends? Or just friendly?
I think friendly.
Yeah.
But friendly is friendly. Friendly's good. We like friendly.
Good. Okay, we do like friendly.
Yeah.
Speaking of green flags, do you want to play a little game with me?
I'd love to play a little game with you.
Okay, perfect. We're going to play red flag, green flag. This is a game. I'm going to list a quality of a person, and you're going to tell me if it's a red flag or a green flag.
Let's do it.
Perfect. We actually have flags.
Even better.
Perfect. Do you do any games on your podcast?
I used to do We're Not Really Strangers, which is like 30 questions to fall in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that one all the time.
I actually started asking people like the 32 questions to fall in love.
Yeah,
just
it's so
throwing
much
a couple
fun.
of those into the podcast to get people to like love the guy.
No, they're great. No, well, you want to know a secret
Yeah.
about what I believe is the right way to do a good podcast? You look at another person and temporarily you let yourself fall in love with them.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best way to
So
do
you
it.
ask the right questions so that you can now serve as an advocate for the audience for them to get to fall in love with you as well.
I think that's the best way to do a podcast.
Yeah, you just
like putting someone in the best
the right
lighting.
mental state and you let what happens happen naturally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
So I have done the 30 questions to fall in love game. I used to do it all the time. But look, they're playing it for like the first or second time. At this point, I'm like, I played this 20 times. I know all the questions. I've given all my answers. There's no more fresh material. There's an expiration date on that game.
Do you have answers ready to go at that point?
Well, I mean, this is a period where like, after like the 40th, We're Not Really Strangers time, I was like, it's hard to come up with my third best answer that I haven't yet given for this. I stopped doing
So
it.
what is it? 5 people that you would have at dinner, dead or alive? Is it 3? I think it's 3.
It might have been just one person at dinner.
It is one? Maybe.
I mean, I can give you...
Which is the person?
Okay, 3 people. If anybody that I give dinner with who is dead...
Or alive.
Or alive. I think one answer... I feel like you have to give this answer because if you don't, you're a fucking psychopath. Like your family. Like, why would you not get dinner with your family? Like, I assume this is like dinner before you die or some shit, right? Like, this is like the last dinner.
Why are we jumping to that?
I don't know. It's last summer. Like,
is it because mine was just a nice little dinner on a Tuesday. Maybe we could go.
Oh, so this is just like a normal dinner.
Normal dinner with anyone you want.
Well, then, like, I suppose it doesn't have to be your family.
It doesn't have to be. But that's a very sweet answer. That was good.
Well, I'll give you the other default answer.
Okay.
So default answer number 1 is obviously your family. Default answer number 2 is, of course, you.
Oh.
Person that I'm having this great podcast with. That would always be the second default answer.
See, that's the charm.
Yeah, of course,
charm.
naturally. Now I have to give a third one.
Yeah, you need a person.
Oh gosh, is there anyone I really... Barack Obama's my other third default answer.
I actually was also thinking Barack Obama.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, let me be clear. I know Mr. Obama's a very busy guy, but I feel like we'd have a good conversation.
I also feel like I would vibe with Barack Obama. Us 3 at dinner. Tuesday.
I feel like that's a green flag. Find a girl who's like, yeah, Obama would fucking love me. Why wouldn't he?
Course,
that's
right?
self-confidence. That's
Have you
healthy.
seen him play this?
That's healthy self-confidence there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, red flag, green flag.
Yeah.
She insists on.
I would say this is more like tomato red and like lime green, but we'll count it.
Okay, tomato flag, lime flag. She insists on splitting the bill.
That's what we call jazz hands, as it's not a green flag or a red flag. It could be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. If she wants to split the bill. I mean, obviously, I always offer, and my assumption is on a first date as the guy, of course I'm paying.
Okay.
Like, duh.
That's a good take. I feel like whoever asks is generally expected to pay.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, it's the classic rule. Typically, the guy's often the one asking. I think the guy's typically the one paying. Absolutely. So if anything, if she's asking to split it, she's more saying like, hey, I don't want you to shoulder the burden, or it's very important to me that we split it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, it's not a green flag or a red flag. It's just a flag.
Just the way it is. Just a flag.
Yeah, exactly. It could be either way. You don't know. She could be great. She'd be not great.
From
TBD.
here on out.
What was that?
From here on out.
Yeah. You find
have
out.
to pick a flag.
Wow. Rules are being added. It's because I made fun of the color for flags.
Is that was pretty accurate though. I like tomato red.
Yeah.
All right. They think it's rude to talk about money.
I mean, okay. At what stage is this? This is the very first date, or is this in the duration of the relationship?
Not even necessarily with you. Just generally doesn't like talking about money with anyone.
See, I actually think there could be a world where they find it weird to talk about money with other people. But let me put this. I think it's important in the context of a relationship you're able to talk about money eventually. So if they're not willing to do it on a first date, that's fine. And if they don't want to talk about with other people, but they're not talking about it with you, that's fine. But if they never want to talk about money with you, your partner, in the course of a relationship, that is a red flag.
I agree. I do think it's a red flag. I think it's a very important conversation.
Yes.
To have, even with your friends, and be transparent about that. I think it helps everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Good. I like that we're agreeing on these.
I gave you a flag. I also added 15 different conditions.
One condition.
Yeah.
Okay. A man who wears a stainless steel Rolex Submariner. Red flag, green flag. For those who aren't necessarily watch people, it is the classic finance bro watch. I feel like you graduate from finance brotherhood and go straight to the Rolex store for that one. Why?
Have you dated a man who wore stainless steel?
I've been on dates with men who wear them.
This is such a specific question. This clearly is drawn from your own personal experience.
No, absolutely. I think it is drawn from living in New York and seeing, once you got into FIDE, everybody.
So you dated
has
finance
one.
bros?
Not there, no. But just witnessing every single man wearing one of those, I thought you might have a take on it as a finance brother yourself.
Let's understand.
Okay, let's
why is he wearing the watch? Is he wearing it because he thinks he wants to be better than other people, and now he gets to flex on everybody else? That would be a red flag.
That is a red flag.
But if he's wearing it because, Caitlin, it's just a little treat. Just a little treat for himself. He just really wanted it. He's just happy he's gone to state in his financial affairs. That is just a little treat for him. And he buys it and he thinks nothing about shitting on other people. He's just happy he got a thing that he liked. Then it's just a beige flag.
Not even green. I thought we were going green there. And then we're getting up to a green flag.
Buying things you like for yourself, that's never a green flag. That's just a normal human action.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
You have very PR answers here.
These are great answers.
Very
These are thoughtful answers. You know what?
answers.
I bet people come on these podcasts and are getting the unhinged answers because they haven't thought about it. They're not clocking that I'm standing on business. I'm giving the answers that people need to hear, that they deserve to hear, not the ones they want to hear.
Got Justin Bieber in the bed all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Plays pickleball every weekend.
I didn't know that. I also play pickleball. That's two things we have in common
green
now.
flag. Plays pickleball every weekend.
I think you said Justin Bieber plays pickleball on the weekend. I was like, all right. Plays
You'll see
pickleball on the
him out
weekend. See, this feels like a bait question because I bet Caitlin knows that I play pickleball on the weekend.
Every weekend?
Most weekends.
Look at that. That's good. You're active. I feel like it's a green flag.
So she's willing to give the hot takes. So what I'll say is it's a green flag if it's just a hobby that he exercises in appropriate context.
Definitely.
It's a red flag if it takes over his fucking life.
Oh,
And
it's
he's
just on the weekends.
Honey, I can't take you on this date because I have to get in my 15th pickleball game with Doug. Fuck Doug. Fuck that pickleball game with Doug. He needs to prioritize you properly. So if it's just like a little fun thing he does for exercise and he brings you along and he wants to teach you, green flag. If he's weird about it, red flag.
Still not committing to a flag, but I'll take it.
I'm
'cause
giving
that's a good
thoughtful
answer.
answers.
Yeah, you are. You're
Yes.
thinking it through. You actually might be the most thoughtful guest we've had on this podcast
See,
today.
that's something I've earned. And you know what? And you're the most thoughtful host that I've had on this podcast. You're the only host I've had on this podcast, but that does make you the most thoughtful.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna get a plaque that says that.
Next
I
time
hope
I
you
see
sign
you,
it for me.
maybe I'll get you one.
Thank you.
It'll just say most thoughtful Heartbreak Hotel podcast host.
We can just even write best on there. Best Heartbreak Hotel podcast host.
Maybe it just says you are loved and you are worth it. You are worth being loved.
Put that on my grave as well.
Exactly.
Do your socks say pickles on them?
They say Dickies,
Oh.
which is like in retrospect a really weird brand to name your socks. But I wasn't really thinking. I didn't know this is gonna be a sock podcast. So
I actually do wear shoes on the bed sometimes, but not today.
well, that's
Depends on
because
the
this is
day.
a podcast bed.
It's a podcast bed.
This isn't a bed.
It's not a
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
One day. Obsessed with networking. Red flag, green flag.
Oh, I think that's definitely a slightly reddish flag. Because the key word you used there, Caitlin, was obsessed.
Obsessed with networking.
I think wanting to network and build relationships can be a good thing, but when you say obsessed, that implies focusing on style over substance. Focused on, God, you know what I hate? You meet somebody and they're like, oh, tell me more about yourself. And they're like, I'm a connector. Oh, fuck off. It's like, what do you do? I bring people together. It's like, God, no. See, that's what happens when you actually meaningfully connect with somebody, and it's what
Yes.
happens naturally.
Yeah.
That's not something you should like intend to do. That's like fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to network with you. I want to be a fellow human being with you.
Calling so many people out right now, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Networking can
great.
come naturally.
It can.
So
That's good.
obsessed, that's a reddish
Red
flag.
flag. I agree. I think it's important to get to know people.
Yeah. I just realized if I hold these flags on your bed sheet with the white, it looks like the Italian flag or like Sabaro's logo.
You know what? I've never noticed that.
Yeah, well,
That's
I'm
good.
just that special type of podcast guest.
Yeah, you are. I was about to say. Most
There you go.
observational as well.
Mm-hmm. What
You're
can I
racking
say?
these titles up.
Thank you.
Wakes up at 5 a.m. every single day.
My alarm would be the boring, simple answer, but I had never set an alarm for 5 a.m. because that's crazy. And if you do that, you're one of those hustle bros, and good for you, but not me. I think I'm going to reframe this question unilaterally
Okay.
as what keeps you up at night? And I'm going to say it's a combination of 2-3 things. I'm going to say ennui. Did I say that right?
You're asking the wrong girl.
No, that's not true. You're smart. You know words.
I know
You're
words.
a podcaster. Don't play this card with me. ENNUI.
Yeah, well, I read it. I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah, I read it too. We're book people. We're not
We are
talk
book people.
people.
I love
Ennui.
a
I think
book.
it's pronounced ennui. It's either ennui or NUI, and one of those sounds more wrong than the
I
other.
feel like it has to be ennui.
I think it's ennui. So I think
But
it's a
I've
mixture.
never actually said that word out loud before.
Well, I'm glad today was the first for you.
Yeah, I know.
So
Working on this.
ennui, a mix of ennui, existential angst. So ennui is boredom, right? In the sense of like, oh, I don't know. I just feel, there should be a little more in life, you know? There should just be a little more color, a little more high definition, a little more going on. I'm a little bored. There's parts of that. The second part, existential angst, is like the classic, like, why are we here on this earth? Like, what is the point of this all? Like, when we pass from this plane and we look back, what does it mean to have a good life? It's not necessarily the most hedonistic or the most fun or the most toys. Like, what gives meaning? What helps me feel meaningful? And I think the third one is, will I die sad and alone?
Is that something that you worry about
Sometimes.
sometimes?
Do you?
No.
Damn, she's self-confident. Guys, slide into her DMs now. You want a self-confident girl. That's great.
Love it. Well, you know, do you have siblings?
I have a younger brother.
I feel like it's easy when you have good siblings.
Oh, to not feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to know that
Do you have a older or younger?
I have 2 younger sisters. I
Oh.
also have a way older half brother.
Oh, so you're like the middle child.
No, we didn't grow up together, so I feel like I'm the oldest. But then I also get a bonus brother. And I have a bonus younger sister now. My dad just got remarried. I love that girl.
You do very much give off older sister energy.
What? I
Yeah.
love it. I feel like you give off older sibling energy.
I am the older brother.
Yeah, that checks out.
So yeah, that's what keeps me up. A mix of ennui, existential angst, and like, will we all just die sad and alone? And by we, that includes me.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not waking up at 5 a.m.
Well, usually 5 a.m. I'm either about to go to bed because I've stayed up due to the aforementioned 3 things,
wow,
or I'm
okay.
just sleeping.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What time do you go to bed usually?
I think in an ideal world, it'd be like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Are you a late sleeper?
I go to bed early. I wake up early,
Oh, you're
but
so
not that early.
so disgustingly healthy. When do you go to bed?
What?
When do you wake up?
Well, I might go to bed at 11. It might also end up being around 1. It depends what book I'm reading.
Oh,
Depends on
what
the
types of books do you read?
They're all over the place. What kind of right
That's
now?
like
I'm reading
such
3
a
right now.
Cop-out answer.
I'll tell you. I'll give you the 3 that I'm reading right now. I actually forget the name of the last one, but it's the sequel to Bunny by Mona.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope
not
I'm saying
familiar.
this right. Mona Awad. I don't know. Love it. Great book.
Okay.
Amazing.
What's it about? 30-second one-liner.
It's about
Every question I ask comes out with such strain. He's like, ugh, I'm asking the questions.
yeah. A, you're asking the questions. B, you're putting a lot of pressure on me. 30 seconds. It's a complicated book. This girl goes to a writing school. She meets 3 other girls. Chaos ensues. I don't want to spoil anything.
Actually, it's pretty good. Chaos is a pretty good line.
Thank you.
I'll take it. I'll accept it.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
We're reading Anna Karenina.
Oh, yeah. A Russian classic.
Long one.
Yeah, very long.
It's a long one. Still working on that. It's been a year, mind you.
Yeah, come on, dude. Get with the TikTok times. Waiting for the adaptation already.
Yeah, what's up?
Someone made a version of Moby Dick that was written entirely in emojis.
I missed that.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that you did. It's unreadable.
Did you try?
I looked at the first few lines and I'm like, this is dumb.
I'm gonna look that up right after this.
Yeah, it was terrible. There is a whale emoji, so take that for what you will.
That's good. I would hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you like. That's one of the important emojis.
That is an important one.
You know, people get into fights over emojis. There's literally a consortium of folks who figure out the emoji standards on what counts as an emoji, and it's like a really hot, contentious topic. People get really angry about over what is culturally important enough to get an emoji.
Is this at Apple? Who is making the emojis?
It's like it's not called EmojiCon, but I call it EmojiCon.
Right.
It's like this group of like emoji bureaucrats who literally no one ever gave a shit what they did until emojis became really popular, and suddenly everybody cares. I think it's like Unicode. And there's like so many questions too. Like, how is an emoji depicted? Like the gun emoji used to be a gun. Now it's a water gun.
I know.
Like somebody needs to decide these questions. These are important questions. It is somebody's job. So yeah, to have a whale emoji, actually big deal. Big win for the whale people.
Definitely. Love a whale. They also recently added a moose. So that. Okay.
Big one. See, I bet the Canadian delegation, so happy that the Canadian guy who got the moose emoji and he can die now and he's accomplished his life's work.
What's your favorite emoji?
I think the one with like the big eyes, but it's like watery and he's smiling.
Oh no.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's a cute one.
That's a cute one. He's like, I'm so happy that I'm tearing up. That's a great emoji. We love that emoji. I get that from a friend. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh, that's a cutie. I like that.
Very cute emoji.
So cute. All right. They have a whiteboard in the bedroom. Red flag, green flag.
I mean, I'd be down with it. I'd be like, a girl with a whiteboard in the bedroom likes to get shit done.
Yeah.
But if I were a girl, I think a guy with a whiteboard in the bedroom would be a red flag.
I think it is red flag.
You know why? Because I think it's too hustle bro masculine. So if you're a girl or a guy dating a guy who has a whiteboard, then it's a little like, ooh, like he can't separate work and personal.
Exactly.
But as a guy dating a girl who has a whiteboard, I'm kind of like, she's smart.
She's smart. She owns a whiteboard. She paid that $29.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she might even use it sometimes.
Maybe she has an inspirational quote on there.
Yeah.
Love that. Thinks that therapy is a tax write-off. Red flag, green flag.
I think big green flag that they're doing therapy. I've done therapy. I think everybody should try it at least once. Have you done therapy?
I have done therapy. I agree. I think everyone should try it. I think that you might not always need it, but it is good to have for when
Do you find it helpful for yourself?
Definitely. I think that there have been points where I need it and then points where it's time to graduate but I think it's good to be going in and out throughout your life.
I'm going to ask you a more personal question.
Okay.
What's the biggest thing you learned about yourself after going through therapy?
That's a great question.
Yeah. She gets to decide just how much she wants to share on a public podcast.
I think it's more therapy taught me a better way to think about myself and the way that I do things. I think that I am so much more productive when I'm feeling confident and looking at things and reminding myself that I'm doing my best for whatever I have in my head as to what would be productive for that day. I don't have to get everything done as long as I did the most that I could do that day. And I think that was a huge thing to teach myself and something that's...
I love that. Teach yourself that you are trying your best.
Exactly. As long as you can go to sleep every night saying, I did the best that I could do today.
That's a good day.
That's the best you can do. Yeah, it's a good day. What's the biggest thing you learned about yourself in therapy?
I think that sometimes the way my brain operates is not how other brains operate. And my brain operates this way probably because it is so attuned to looking out for potential danger, which I think is a big motivation for why I've tried hard to do so many fun and cool things, that sometimes I need to teach it and remind it to just be okay with things as the way they are, which also helps me operate more from a place of abundance rather than scarcity.
Right.
So I think it's like, hey, brain, you're freaking out, but there's not like necessarily a valid reason why you should. So maybe just like calm down a little bit.
I like that. That's comforting to hear, because I feel like that does happen to me, and it happens to a lot of people as well, but especially coming from someone who has found so much success. And
I could say the same to you.
much appreciated.
Look at that. Look at that as here. Just two people just trying our best in this world.
Doing our best.
Yeah.
And I found that to be true about a lot of people that I meet in LA as well, who I've heard of and are so successful. And
I think, Caitlin, we're all a little crazy.
absolutely.
That's why we're here. So I think it's a green flag if they do therapy. The fact that they're like weirdly excited that this is a tax write-off is like, why do you, that's like a little red flag. Like, why is that the exciting part for you? I think the exciting thing should be like, yeah, I'm doing therapy. Oh, like, by the way, I can write this off as a tax write-off. Not like, hey, new tax write-off, therapy, bro. I'm like, not as great.
The men are obsessed with evading taxes.
Yeah, I think it comes from this mentality of like, oh, I'm going to be better. I'm going to defeat the man. And it's like, maybe focus energy, as I said before, on doing other things, like growing your own life there.
And that was a wonderful point. I love the way that you said that. Just
Yeah.
focus the energy on, I don't know, making more money.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, last one.
Oh, I'm excited.
Red flag, green flag has founder in the Instagram bio.
I'm pretty sure I found her in mine.
Love that.
So whatever answer I give will either be self-praising or hypocritical.
Okay.
I think it comes down to the reasons why. Why do I have founder in my bio? Because it helps drive awareness of my brand, is a big part of it. Now, does a smaller part of me also feel special and cool putting that there? Sure. Would I put that in my bio if it didn't have any business benefits? Probably still a little bit, because it's a big part of what I do.
Absolutely.
So here's what I'll say. I think it's a red flag if they make a really big deal out of it, but it's a neutral flag if it's just a part of their life.
I like that. I think it's a green flag if it's true.
Yeah. You have Heartbreak Hotel in yours.
I do. I did tag the podcast.
Yeah, of course,
in mine.
because why
It's a
wouldn't
big
you?
part of
Because
my life.
it's awareness and it's part of what you do.
Yeah,
and it's a part of your
definitely.
life as well.
Yes. Yay, good team.
Great, we did
Did
it.
that.
High five.
High five.
Amazing.
We gotta go out.
I love it. Oh wait, this is a new thing. So we go. This is our new secret handshake. So we go boom, boom, boom.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
One more.
Smooth like butter.
Let's go. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks so much
Heartbreak
for
Hotel.
hosting me.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
If people want to find you, obviously you have to go to Try Carrot. We're gonna tag that in the description
you.
if you're looking for it. And what is your Instagram?
My personal Instagram is Eric T. Way, except Way spelled W-A-Y. You might wonder, if you were to call your own profile your own name, why wouldn't you spell your profile the way your name is spelled?
Right. I'm wondering that. Please explain.
And it's because when I was a kid, I registered official Gmail address spelling my name the right way, but I was stupid and I lost the password and I couldn't figure it out. So I had to make another one. And so I spelled my name differently. And, who has the original one? Me somewhere, don't know. And that just became my handle for everything. So my handle's Eric T. Way. It's not how I spell my last name. Get over it.
It's a cute origin story. I like that.
Yeah, it's just me being a dumb 9-year-old.
Perfect. I had a Webkins that I named Gorgeous because I couldn't spell it gorgeous. So
I love that. I was less on Webkins. I was more Neopets. See, that's the Gen Z millennial difference.
Look at that. Discovering new things about
We love that.
generational differences.
Yeah.
Good team. All right. Thank you guys so much for checking into Heartbreak Hotel, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.